Three 1.4 billion strong. Wow, the counter with the Van Gendong.
Well, he's certainly avoiding the fast backhand-to-backhand exchanges. If he plays to the backhand corner, he's doing it with less speed and a little bit more spin. Obviously then when he turns and plays his forehands, he's looking to go into the middle and forehand of Fan Zhendong.
Excellent counter, pins Ma Long right in the chest with the shot. When I say chest, I feel like it actually has to be to the left shoulder from the start of this for it to be a problem for Ma Long to turn on. Looked like he tried to go around the net there to the short side. Well, Gavin, if you're Fan Zhendong right now, you've got Fan Zhendong's skill sets. What are you telling yourself before Game 5?
Well, what you're looking to do, you know, all these guys can play it, and I'm getting into a quicker exchange.
Interesting tactic here. You can see clear frustration as he pounds his hip. He had played out wide to the forehand of Ma Long. He brought it a good foot closer to the center of the table this time, maybe hoping that Ma Long would overrun it or not get such a full. Beautiful shot, closing and really hugging around that ball to wrap around and play it to the...
When he stepped round that corner, he went safe and went on the diagonal. Not this time. Look at that shot.
And he really has to... Nice change of pace from Fan Zhendong. Now for me, this is going to be a key ingredient as well, but the placement has to be so perfect. That moment when you both realize you're on TV. Nice change, soft to the middle, and then fast rocket cross court. I know we were talking about this before. On the road to the final, Ma Long has lost more games than Fan Zhendong. 5 games have been lost by Ma Long, and only 4 have been dropped by Fan Zhendong.
But I think, you know, I think that's a good thing for Ma Long. He was pushed a little bit more in the run-up to this final.
Wow! Oh, it doesn't come down so close. I thought it was over. Turning to you, Gavin.
I've seen moments like that before when I've played a Commonwealth Games. And one of my teammates, Stuart Crawford, he went up with the early shout of, yes, that's the end of the point. It certainly wasn't. And the ball came down onto the table. Not this time, though.
Pretty close to the net. So here's an interesting one. We've got a question from @TableTennisDaily. Does Ma Long have any weakness?
Racket on the diagonal.
You know, it's also been a rare occasion, but recently he was beaten by Jung Sang-un of Korea at the Asian Championships 3-1.
Racket on the diagonal.
Three 1.4 billion strong. Wow, the counter with the angle. And you know what? Let's make it 7 billion strong. He's the best in the world. But right now he's being challenged that backhand down the line first from Fan Zhendong.
我现在已经发现有人在盗取我的视频了，非常的可耻不要脸。以后我要加上更多的乒乓球技，还有我的蕉叶普通话，希望大家喜欢，开心就好哈。
So it was very important for Fan Zhendong to play that ball so wide. You see Ma Long had to really reach, and he tried to play it back cross court, whereas he otherwise might have tried to go down the line on this. I think maybe... So it was very important for Fan Zhendong to play. Neither player going for the towel. Well, footwork definitely not a problem. The change of pace, and Fan Zhendong left with the ball, but he doesn't go for the rip, tries to play a little soft. And you really have to worry about your placement, because if you leave it on the table slowly and Ma Long gets a forehand on it, it's a lot of pressure to keep the ball right down the line here. Well, footwork. So Gavin, we're 2 points away. That step around, we're seeing it in
backhand. That should be enough.
Chop block doesn't land. 11-5. What a performance from Fan Zhendong. Again, his
Accumulation. He could stay on and be world #1 for at least another year.
Yeah, we really have to wonder, when is he going to slow down? You know, for a while, in my opinion, I thought by now Fan Zhendong would have been world #1. I've been really impressed with Ma Long to be able to stay on top of his game. You know, we've seen at 28 years old, when Fan Zhendong manages to avoid it by staying really healthy and working hard.
Well, it doesn't matter how good your serves are or how good your short serves are, it's important to be able to mix them up, use that element of doubt.
You know, talking Dong beats Ma Long on the world tour, it's over. Like a piñata, Ma Long will never beat him again. That hasn't been the case. The China Open. Let's see how he got right in near the back of the table. If that one comes down, he's in great position to counter and spin it up. Very different Ma Long attitude-wise from the start. There's a little bit of defeat in that step. Even this title could be a contender for the greatest of all time. I mean, he's just collecting, you know, if he won the big titles in the World Championships, he's one of the biggest, right behind the Olympic Games. I think that conversation would have been the same, you know, if Zhang Jike had won the Olympics. Fun conversation among friends. And then, of course, you've got the future here at So Fan Zhendong up 3 points here with his second serve. Out the match that Ma Long has covered the wide forehand very well. Excellent placement. A bit as that upper body is, and as strong as the legs are to support Fan Zhendong to do this, that shot is asking a lot.
And this is a very similar scoreline.
Ma Long starts to change the pace, and instead of rocketing the backhand into the backhand side like Fan Zhendong had done before, he quickly changes it up. It seems to catch Ma Long off guard. And again, the atmosphere for the sold-out crowd is electric here.
这个球可以看出小胖的爆发力和协调性。马龙突然领拿到正手，小胖在身体失位的情况下，重心全压在右脚，单腿蹬地，反扑过去，身体不闪，动作稳定，速度快，力量大。很多人肯定只能够着球打，成被动局面，小胖就能化被动为主动，全台进攻。
And sports psychologists will tell you now, okay, you're maybe going to lose this set, you're 9-3 down. What's important now over the next 4 or 5 points is to keep going, try and...
Very interesting stuff. There's some positivity.
You feel a lot better.
Ma Long was up 3-1. The last time he lost from a 3-1 lead was in 2009. And the power's there. Just in case you were curious who that loss was, Dark Knight Lin Gaoyuan. I think the only one more painful than that for the opponent was Junmi Zutani in Kuwait from down 4-10. Shushin 8 points in a row. Whoa! 10. Shushin 8 points in a row. Whoa! What just happened? The shot I've seen. Look at this ball. Look how slow it is and how much side spin is on it. I mean, the chop block to set it up forces Fan Zhendong into submission for a defensive ball. He barely even touches that, just nicks it. That is absolute control. So devastating that it falls out.
And there goes the myth that it's just that most of the time you see the Chinese players playing big and powerful shots. They can do all the other stuff as well. They can do some of the stuff that Waldner can do.
Oh, break off the top of the net, and it's 4 game points. Hoping to use 2 serves. And he gets the first point, game point saved. The pressure continues. Right decisions. Oh man, Fan Zhendong, as Ma Long turns the corner, blasts it down the line, and we are going to a 7th and deciding game. It's the match we all wanted to see and the game we've all been waiting. And as the players come back to the table, you can see where they've been hitting the ball on the table. Fan Zhendong mixing it up a bit more in that last game, and the score shows it.
Full credit to him.
Short side of the table again, a big shot to start off the game. Game 7, again the momentum with Fan Zhendong. Look at his legs, the knee almost touches the ground. Once again, falling back from the table. It's down the line. It's the short side of the table for Fan Zhendong. Gavin, when is Ma Long going to pick up and start moving out to the forehand to cover and trust his
我现在已
backhand
经
in the
发现有人在盗取我的视频了，非常的可耻不要脸。以后我要加上更多的乒乓球技。
And that's one way to handcuff the opponent. Serve it really wide to the backhand. Fan Zhendong is not likely to go for the around the net shot on the opening. Not against Ma Long. Lin. Interestingly enough, Wang Liqin also came back from 3-1 down. Big point, and he's fired up. The Dragon is breathing fire.
So even with this massive pressure on both of them, the first 4 points, nothing against the serve.
But again, we're seeing different intensity out here. Fan Zhendong with his chole and his clenched fist looked right in the eyes of Ma Long. Again, great friends off the table, but right now, this fight...
Come on, Mr. Fan Zhendong.
Now, credit again to Ma Long for moving, anticipating well to cover the forehand. It adds extra pressure for Fan Zhendong, who has a plan. He's played full stroke, and just like you said, Gavin,
because it's there, both players, their hand is a little bit tighter. When a player's hand is tight, you want to be attacking.
And this is part of the reason we were saying earlier, the Chinese players, the top Chinese players, will play boldly near the very end of a close match, and it tends to work out in their favor. Let service, Ma Long with his hand in the air. Deceptively heavy underspin. Now, one thing we haven't talked about, because it hasn't been that relevant in the match so far, is the serves of Ma Long. They're so deceptive, but they're very subtle. They're not flashy. You know, Dima has some very iconic signature serves, and Ma Long...
Go for a short serve after it. Have the bravery to step in and do the same serve again.
Soft ball and spinning from Ma Long to take a 6-3 lead. First 2 points to Fan Zhendong in this game, and it's been back and forth ever since, but Ma Long is starting to run into a lead here.
终于可以讲一下小胖手上的细活了。前3板老样子，现在双方相互摆短，因为摆的越多，球越不转。小胖率先发动进攻，正手1板推挑或叫黄挑，再次把球打长，然后反手轻防1板，再转正手侧身拉直线。这一分的关键在于小胖给了马龙反手大角度，逼马龙往左移动，最后露出正手空当，小胖侧身1板过。
That service delivery, the racket of Fan Zhendong was shaking again. And hopefully, that's going to help him to bridge the gap. These two.
练过正手跑动能力的小伙伴，应该会对这个落点比较熟悉。发下旋到你正手短，戳你反手长或者领你反手长，然后下一板你就正手侧身。一般的接法就是正手摆，然后退台侧身，中间有2、3步的调整。如果平常练球能做到这个动作，已经不错了。小胖呢就很变态了。正手短，反手去领，再侧身。第一，领的话增加了自己需要跑动的范围，本来只要跑1.5米，嘿，他要跑2米。第二，他还变了上去，本来节奏是比较慢的，结果自己还提了速。总之，能做这套动作的没几个人。中场。
Excellent use of the serves to get into the point. It's like you said, Gavin, once you turn the backhand corner and get into forehand, no matter how strong your opponent's backhand is, it should win the point. And he has twice in a row.
That's what all these footwork exercises are for. Get round there under this serious amount of pressure. Explosive, big, powerful forehand to the right area.
Right, and actually I misspoke. He's played it down the line to the short side. Even more challenging for the attacker. Well, look at this. 3 points in a row for Fan Zhendong.
I hope there it's not going down in the stats as an unforced error, that, because that kicked like a...
Even more challenging for the attacker. Well, look at this. Every point from here on out, Gavin.
Just wasn't the racket head acceleration there from Fan Zhendong, and obviously with this Nataku ball sometimes just going a little bit flatter and a little bit more direct.
Crucial for Fan Zhendong with Ma Long's serves coming up. Oh, a break off the top of the net. He is so focused right now. I didn't even see him turn to apologize. He just immediately went down to his hand. I think thankful that he was able to take the point. And it looked like there when he was giving the ball back, he gave a little apology. Looked like Ma Long almost started to clinch it. We saw the hand shaking from Ma Long as well. The pressure on both sides. As many times as they've been in a relatively similar situation, everything changes when it's the World Championships. Also when it's the player who's right behind you trailing and waiting
for your backhand when the hand is definitely wobbling.
Big point. He takes it away. Gavin, that's a really interesting point you brought up about the forehand and the arm really doing so much that the hand is not quite as relevant as it is on the backhand side.
Is this a changing of the guard at the top of world table tennis?
Will the crown be handed down? Fan Zhendong has 2 serves and could decide that with these 2. Oh, look at this shot. How does the body bend like that? Fan Zhendong just giving it his all to try to get a forehand into this rally. The grunt of Ma Long on that ball, and he's rebalanced quickly. His head just went from head height to about below the waist. His body contorted. Screenshots are going to be going up and amazing photos from that. But Fan Zhendong will injure himself, do whatever he has to take this title. There can't be too many points left. Save nothing. goes long. And it goes long. Ma Long leaves it dangling off the forehand side, an uncomfortable ball. Will Ma Long rob this once again?
What was the #1 rule under pressure? After a service delivery, do not miss your third ball. You don't miss that at a top world level, you don't do that in club level as well. If you're at 3-all, 8-all, 9-all, massive #1 rule.
Well, that is a great rule. We also have to remember Ma Long is waiting there for the fourth ball attack for the counter, and it was quite a receive to an uncomfortable place. 9-all in Game 7. Ticket holders with the best investment of the year. Last two-serve combination we will see for Ma Long. Whoa! Backhand to backhand, the challenge. There was a shout from the crowd in the middle of that. Quite shocked to hear that, especially here. But to recover that ball way wide on the backhand side and keep it in play and deter the inside-out forehand. So Fan Zhendong is pointing. I'm really curious what it is. Oh, I guess just where the ball went, that it went behind the scorekeeper, the assistant umpire's score booth.
Yeah, but there was a massive shout there. We could even hear that from our commentary position. I don't know if that was really on, but obviously both players zoned in. Adrenaline is high at the moment. Maybe they didn't even hear it.
Quite possible. The focus we've seen from these two, uncanny. Ma Long with championship point. What a way to save it! Unbelievable point. The point of the match is against match point. Xiaopeng on fire, and Ma Long gave everything into that point, and still it wasn't enough to take down world #2 right off the bat. The backhand, two turning the corner, and finally a shot so wide, Ma Long a little bit farther from the table, and it costs him 85 kilometers per hour. That's the highest number I've seen on screen this tournament, Gavin.
That is adrenaline. Get that number up even more. We might even see something up in the 90s with the amount of adrenaline that's been packed into this match.
Deuce in the 7th, Fan Zhendong with the serve. And it goes loose. Look at the
小胖发球没有一点变化，马龙控制到正手短，小胖再次硬着头皮上，反手领拿。这个局面我们看到很多次。现在到了最后关头，步伐没有跟上，靠着右脚迈了一大步，左脚没有上去，人没有到位，重心后坐，还没有足够的引拍就开始领了，那肯定就会拉丢啊。
And it goes loose. Look at the eye contact. That's the biggest celebration I've seen mid-match. Ma Long is ready. He is so ready to take this, but it's not over yet, and Fan Zhendong proves that, down 9-10. What a release of air and energy. One more match point for the Dragon in red. Energy. One more match point for the Dragon in red.
Do you serve short or do you serve fast into the backhand, run round blind and hit a forehand? It's up to him.
Short side of the table, Ma Long once again retains the title. The racket in the air. The dictator dictates how it goes. Deuce in the 7th, and he pulls a Fan Zhendong on Fan Zhendong for match point. Ma Long still on top of the world. 3 years unstoppable, and at 20 years old, he holds back Fan Zhendong, who will remain #2 in the world. What's it gonna be? We're gonna have an interview on the court from the man who shared his love with the world after winning the Olympic gold medal. He can't believe it. absolutely tested down to the line here. Both hands in the air this time, and the racket that was tossed is collected along with the title. What a performance, Gavin.
He did so well on match point there. He ran round blind off the serve. He gave himself lots and lots of space to rip that forehand. Ballsy, really, really positive, and look at him now celebrate.
And this is not the first time we've seen this gesture. Ma Long held the flag with Zhang Jike, shared the flag of China to hold up as a team after winning the Olympic Games in Rio, and once again immediately calls over Fan Zhendong, the runner-up, to share this moment with him. A painful moment for